good neighbor is someone who cares for people who are in need.
Being part of an active community where one, you look out for one another, take care of one another.
Good neighbors are usually people who come from a good neighbor background.
And people that we can depend on, and people that we can help.
Caring about the community that you live in, looking out for each other.
I guess I see my neighborhood as being larger than just the people who live next door to me.
I was brought up, in a good family, nice neighborhood, but I don't think I really ever realized what it was to be a good neighbor until I started working in neighborhood housing.
What does it mean to be a good neighbor? Well, I'm going to tell you a story. In the Gospel of Luke, a lawyer came to Jesus and he said, "Master, what do I need to do to inherit eternal life?"
He talked about how this house gave him his own toothbrush rack. And when he got his own toothbrush rack, he was able to have a phone with an address, get a job, get back into his children's life.
This guy, Eddie, an older gentleman who lived in a modest little home, who had some problem with his front porch. He needed his front porch to be fixed up.
Was on the verge of homelessness when we were really struggling to find a place to live that we could afford.
Because we had fallen behind in our mortgage payments, and my husband had retired. He had for years had a company.
Our home needed a new roof, and the bathroom was very outdated.
Our daughter, Susan, was extremely handicapped physically and mentally. She functioned at the level of a 6-month-old. We kept her at home, and in the meantime, as we were reaching 70, we started to look for group homes.
Two men passed him by in the road without helping, but the Good Samaritan stopped and helped him. And at the conclusion of the story, Jesus said, "Now who of these three was a neighbor unto this man?" And the lawyer responded and said, "The man who stopped and had mercy on him."
And sitting at his kitchen table and talking to him and hearing his stories, and he had a lot of stories. I remember pointing that he had one of those hot dog making machines. It was, it's not like a microwave. It was one of those toasters, that would do the buns and the hot dogs at the same time. And I thought it was, pretty cool.
And it took 3 years, but after 3 years, our daughter did move into this place on Morton Street.
And working with Joe was just amazing. He's so slow and steady, and give me this and get this together and call me with this, or fax me this. And sure enough, in time, he called us back and said, "You're all set."
They come down and sent somebody down and looked over the situation, and they helped us with our new windows, which has been a godsend.
But we were just so happy to be in such a beautiful place. We sat on the floor and we ate dinner. And
After I saw him after 10 years, he still has that key on his keychain. The house that NHS helped Father Bill's and Main Spring build. So when I think of how many people, families, and individuals NHS has helped, I always think about providing a toothbrush rack for somebody in need.
I feel like by providing people with stability, it gives people a chance to really grow.
So our mission at Neighborhood Housing is to go